And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. No more baseball. No, time for Giants post game. No postseason post game. No World Series post game. What's up, Benji? It's now the offseason, guys. All right, well, let's see what happens, guys. All we could do is sit back and see how it unfolds, guys. Which teams are going to make the moves? Which teams aren't? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. What's up, Benji? Hey, I appreciate that. Yes. Take Benji's advice. Look, he's a Dodger fan, and he's telling you to go subscribe and like the show, even though it's Giant Sports Talk Live. How about that? Hey, what's up, Robert? A good friend from Tennessee. Good to see you, man. Awesome. George is already, look at this. You're already getting right into it. George isn't messing around. It's good to see you, George. Giants should trade Wisenhunt. Top 100 prospect Bo Davidson, Matos. Shortstop Diego Velasquez for Stephen Kwan. Sign Bo Bichette. Sign closer Robert Suarez. Sign setup man Tyler Rogers. Sign starting pitcher Shane Bieber. All right. We'll get into that. George, that's not bad. That's fairly realistic. I don't know about the Stephen Kwan. I think it might take more, but we don't know. We're not on the inside to understand that. JB, what's up? Our buddy from the land down under. $2. Thank you, sir. Bring me Pete every day until he signs. Oh, Pete? Really? Pete? What's up, Armand? What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Man, look at this. I got guys popping in from everywhere. PMG. I got a feeling we're going to hear some Ha-Seong Kim news. That's what I think. That's what I think. You want to hear what I think? You guys don't want to hear what I think. How about this? Oh, my bad. Just did that. How would you guys feel about a Max Scherzer, Ha-Seong Kim, and Tyler Rogers? And then that's it. What would you guys think about that one, huh? Benji's asking a question, man. We're getting right into this. Do you think Devers will have an all-star season with an off-season under his belt? Absolutely. I think so. I absolutely think so. Yes. I think Devers could easily have an all-star. He's good, man. He's good. I hear you. Insane. I hear you. And Roberts, yeah, see, you're not far off, are you? See, Armand, you're tracking. Right? Come on. No, I didn't watch the parade today. Yeah, I do. In honor of the money, yes, JB, he's donated quite a bit. Appreciate the support that he gives me for freaking some super chats. I have to go out there and buy Foster's. It's Australian for beer. What's up, Eric? Hey, Eric, I hope you're feeling better, man. I know you let me know that you've been feeling down and out. Hopefully you feel better, Eric. Good to see you in there, man. Alex, we need an outfielder. Yes, we do. Nobody drinks Foster's. All right, well, guys, let's get into it. Before I get into this, man, what's going to happen? What do you guys think? You think the Giants are going to make some big, bold moves? Do you think they stand pat? I don't think they're going to stand pat. Or do you think they're just going to be smaller moves? I don't know, guys. I'm going to bring up the article from John Shea. He wrote on Saturday. I brought it up a little bit on part 2 of the Game 7 postgame. And I kind of want to go over it again. Again, guys, if you guys want to get a link to the article, look at the description down below. I linked it in there for John Shea's article. Writes for the San Francisco Standard. He writes some really good stuff. So we'll take a peruse of that article. That he had a sit down with Giants principal owner Greg Johnson, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, guys. It is not encouraging. It's not encouraging. PMG says trade Lee and Ray, but here's the problem. PMG, this is the problem, guys. You're going to have to think about this. You trade Lee and Ray, and now you're going to have to find a center fielder or an outfielder. You already got to find one, and you got to find another starting pitcher. Right? You see what I'm saying? And Ray, right? It's not an expensive contract. I think it was $25 million, but the Giants are probably going to have to eat some of it in order to offload some of that money to be able to get rid of him. But why would you want to get rid of him when you need a starting pitcher? That's a problem. That's a problem. Benji, yes, sir. Guys, yes, Glenn is in Cancun. I don't know when he'll be able to join us because he's going to be pretty busy over there. I think he's going to be over there for a week or two. Well, not quite 2 weeks. I think it's like a week and a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm sure he's having a good old time in Cancun, not having to deal with this Giants talk. Don't get me wrong, man. He loves talking about the Giants, but, man, I think he's enjoying Mexico a little bit better than sitting here talking about this stuff. But thanks for asking, Benji. But, yeah, Glenn's doing great. Okay. You read that article and it's not very good. And I don't understand why Greg likes to do that. Especially when he's out there giving out statements that don't exactly excite the fan base. Remember last year? Last year you had the whole let's break even conversation. Granted, some of it was probably taken out of context. But now you got him coming out here talking about we're pretty set on position players. You don't want to spend they really don't want to spend more than $100 million on pitching on an individual contract, that is. And it sounds like they're going to lean heavily on Tennessee Tony, on his leadership. So we'll see how this is all going to pan out. Let's not forget, guys, we still don't know what the coaching staff is going to look like for Tony Vitello. Your guess is as good as mine. When the news breaks, we'll see what happens. And just so you guys know, what I'll probably be doing this year, we'll probably go on live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? And then, of course, if any big news breaks or any kind of news breaks that needs to be talked about, we'll come right on here and we'll talk about it. So, again, definitely Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and highly possible that we'll be on the rest of the days as well. So just to give you a heads up on what we're going to do. But my gosh, man, it's just, that is not exactly, again, going back to Greg Johnson, that's not what you want to hear as a fan of the Giants. And look, I'm tired. I'm tired of just middling. The Giants have a lot of money. This seems, if I feel like a broken record, the Giants have plenty of money. Whether or not they want to exceed the CBT, that's up to them. It doesn't look like they want to. Now, they just got under it this year. You could go over it. Was it the first year you could go over without a penalty, right? If I'm not mistaken. Can you go 1 year over the penalty? Can't remember. I think it's if you go a second year, you get a penalty, right? Something like that. Maybe there is a penalty the first time. I don't know. But I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I'll tell you why. Johnny Owens. Because of his team, man. Because of Johnny's team. You guys feel good about that, Giants fans? Do you feel happy that the Los Angeles Dodgers are now the 2025 MLB World Series champions? Does that make you feel good? Your long time rival in the same division. How many times do we got to keep looking up? How many times, man? Seriously, what are we going to do here, man? Now, can the Giants legitimately spin like the Dodgers spin? Probably not. They could. I mean, you could, right? But that's not what they're going to do. So what the hell are you going to do to compete? Because I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm going to tell you something. Spending money can work. Spending money can work. Not all the time, right? Not all the time. I'm sorry, Armand. The New York Mets spend a lot of money. They didn't even get into the playoffs. But it helps, man. It helps having the talent. My gosh, man. It's frustrating. As a Giants fan, I don't want to keep seeing this. And what are we going to do to make this team better? Appreciate that, Johnny. Johnny's a hell of a supporter. He's a huge Dodger fan. Comes in here, gives us the business, as they say. He gives us the business. Gives us the business when we're down and out. But hey, I get it, man. You're a Dodgers fan and your guys are riding high, man. I can't blame you. If the Giants are over here winning back-to-back, we'd be doing the same thing to you, Johnny. We'd be giving you the business. Oh, look at this. What's up? I'm gonna call you. I'm not just gonna call you M. How about I just call you Nago? Nago says a harsh truth is the Giants can't sign a top free agent talent. Only way we wanted to pass is from the draft. Ooh. Nago, you're not wrong. Right? You're not wrong. Being able to do it to the draft is the best way. For the simple fact that it doesn't cost you as much. But you should be able to spend, especially when you're as rich as the San Francisco Giants. That's the problem, right? Nago, the Giants are not the damn Pittsburgh Pirates. They're not the freaking Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay Rays. They're not the A's. They're a big market team. Act like one, man. Like one. That's my problem right there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this offseason. I don't know. I was pretty damn stoked. For those of you who were following us throughout the season, especially when we got close to the end of the season, I was pretty optimistic. I was feeling pretty damn good. I thought the Giants were going to go out there and spend some money. But then on Saturday, all those hopes were dashed. Because reading that article, I'm telling you, it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good at all. It pisses me off, to be honest with you. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I kept hearing Buster Posey saying he doesn't like to lose. He wants to win. I get it. I want to win too. But what are we going to do to get there? All right, before we get anywhere else, let's read this damn article, huh? Again, guys, in the description, you will have the link up there. It's to this article. So if you guys want to read it on your own, you guys can do that. All right, here we go. Again, this is from John Shea, San Francisco Standard. Buster Posey and the rest of the Giants brain trust are banking on Tony Vitello bringing that it factor to the dugout and clubhouse, an energetic and charismatic brand of leadership that will inspire players and lead them to new heights on the field. Pretty good, huh? And by the way, guys, this article, just so you know, this article came out the same day that Game 7 got on their way. It was released before the start of Game 7, and then we all know the results of Game 7. So this thing did not exactly come out at the right time, especially if you're a Giants fan. The task is to significantly elevate the play that led to 4 straight seasons of non-winning records. And the front office and ownership believe Vitello gives them a head start. Again, here we go. He's talking to Greg Johnson. Got some quotes in here from Greg Johnson himself. I'm not in any way saying anything negative about Bob Melvin, who I think is a tremendous manager. Okay. And by the way, there's a little bit of news on that too, concerning Logan Webb. Giants chairman Greg Johnson told the Standard, but I think what we haven't really seen is the player development progression. If I look at the last couple of years, I'd say there's too much talent that wasn't performing up to its level. So we need to do something different. Whether that's clubhouse leadership, the accountability, the player development, just a different approach. Okay, let's talk about this. Guys, let me highlight this. Can I talk about this a little bit? Can someone explain to me, when you talk about player development progression, where does that lie in an organization? It could be any organization. Where does player development progression reside? Who is responsible for player development progression? The last person I would think, and again, this is just me, it's not the manager. The manager has to lead the club in 162 games. You got to lead the team that you have. Minor league. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, guys. I see some people saying it. The minor leagues. All right. Roberto, better scouts and coaches. The farm. Benji. Yes. So to allude that Tony Vitello, for some reason, is going to lead to player development, I don't quite understand that. That is the job under Buster Posey as the president of baseball operations, getting the right people in the minor leagues, as you guys say, to go out there and coach these guys up. Right? Isn't that when you get to the big leagues, it's time. This is the big show, man. You got to go out there and compete. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't practice. Of course you practice. We're talking about practice. Of course you're going to, right? But when you're talking about player development, that resides in that resides elsewhere in the organization, not necessarily the manager. Now, if you want to talk about clubhouse leadership and accountability, okay, I get that. That is a job for the manager. But when you're talking player development, that's elsewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. At the end of the day, again, this is still quotes from Greg Johnson. Numbers don't lie, but I just think we haven't seen the emergence and the progression, especially last year, that the team we had on the field should have. And I think Tony has proven to do that. I don't understand, right? The emergence of, I'm not understanding what this is. What's the emergence and the progression? Talking about why some of these guys didn't perform like they were supposed to. Again, I don't know how you pin that on a manager. I don't know. You want to talk about the coaches? Okay, well then maybe it's the coaches then, because those are the guys that got to work with the players, right? Before games, after games, days off. Right? All right, there you go. And Joshua, I see what you're saying, and the talent you have isn't exactly look. I'm not trying to dog, but come on. Let's compare it to some of the teams that we saw in the postseason. Vitello was a winner at the University of Tennessee. That's awesome. Yes, that's important. You want a guy who's a winner, 100%. I'm totally behind that. But he'll need to adjust to the big league lifestyle and mindset that makes believers out of that team that finished 81-81 last season, costing Melvin his job. Again, talking about Tennessee Tony. In separate interviews with the Standard, Johnson shared his vision of Vitello, the 2026 under payroll going forward. He seems confident Vitello can prevail in a new environment, calling him a rock star leader. Again, there's a lot of fluffy words. A rock star leader. How about we just go win? Can we just win? And Markatna, you're correct. Johnson didn't perform either, being cheap. Markatna. Why? See, I saw that, Johnny. There's a bunch of news that we're going to talk about, man. Gold gloves, players who are going to be on the contemporary era Hall of Fame ballots. I mean, there's a whole bunch of there's so much stuff to talk about, guys. All right, here we go. The whole debate on you haven't seen at the major league level, you haven't played. I would say I looked at the person first. Leadership skills, what they've done and what they've accomplished. Okay. I get that. Said Johnson, adding that he expects Vitello to benefit from his EQ and leadership and accountability and surrounding himself with strong people. Okay. Vitello is building a coaching staff in collaboration with the front office, which is examining the available pool of players in free agency and trades. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Fasten on your seatbelts, guys, especially Giants fans. Dodger fans, you could sit back and laugh. That's okay. Here we go. What's up, Isbell? Buster is pulling the strings, says Reed. Maybe. The payroll for now, according to Sport Track, is $140 million. It's $164 million for the purposes of the luxury tax threshold. And the opening day estimate is $186. It must be noted that the Giants still owe $17 million to Blake Snell and almost $2 million to Jorge Soler. Thank you, Farhan Zaidi. Okay? Don't. Farhan Zaidi, by the way, who will receive a World Series ring this year. So thanks to Farhan Zaidi, Giants still owe Blake Snell $17 million. $2 million is Jorge Soler. The Giants would be subject to a competitive balance tax if they exceed the 2026 tax threshold, which is $244 million. We've talked about that before. They are 10th on the MLB payroll chart, far below the number one Dodgers, as is pretty much any other team. Exceeding $200 million in payroll depends on whether the Giants can land more elite players. Last winter, they signed Willy Adames, $182, added Rafi Devers with more than $250 million left on his contract. Okay, see, this is what's bothering me, guys. This is what I don't like seeing. I don't understand. Okay. The CBT, the threshold, is $244 million. So if you stay below 244 or right at it, right? I think you could be right at it. You're good to go. You're not going to get penalized. No penalty. No red card. You're good. No problems. You still be able to freaking get your draft picks. Nothing bad will happen. You will have to pay no tax. You're good. And then right after they talk about the 244, exceeding 200 million in payroll depends on whether the Giants can land more elite. Don't you want the Giants to exceed 200 million? I'd be happy if you get the 220. Ideally, let's get to 230. I mean, yeah, I understand. You don't want to get right to 244 because at the trade deadline, if you're in it, you may want to pick up a contract and not exceed the CBT. I get it. That makes sense. I understand that going up to the 244. But can we? Is it okay if we go to 220, 230? Is that okay? Please, as a fan, please. So you can go out there and get the best talent available that you can get out there. Please. Again, exceeding 200 million payroll depends on whether the Giants can land more elite players. All right, well, let's see what happens. It depends on what's out there. This is what Johnson said of the 200 million. We may be over, we may be under. I'm telling you guys, this is what bothers me. Do you got to say we may be under? Do you got to say that? Seriously. Oh, Eric, you should, because this is the principal owner talking. This isn't John Shea just giving his opinion. Look you see what's going on here? We got quotes here. These are quotes. This isn't assumptions. This isn't thoughts and ideas. This is coming straight from the principal owner, Greg Johnson. We may be over, we may be under. Come on. Why even say that? You know what I'm saying? And look, they may have all the intentions in the world to go over, right? They may, but I just don't like reading this. Not when we are in Game 7 of the World Series. Going to look at each situation and make the decision and see how it fits not only next year, but the longer-term plans. Obviously, we could use some starting pitching help. That's probably number one on our list. Probably some relief help. Losing Randy Rodriguez was a real blow. But outside of that, it's pretty set on most of the position players. What do you guys think about that one? Honestly, what do you guys think about that one? It's pretty set on most of the position players. JB, I see your super chat. I'll get to that here in a bit. What's he trying to say? What's Greg trying to say? Does it seem like they're saying that they're okay with the position players? I don't know. Buster Posey has said this in the end of season presser. Remember, he talked about starting pitching in the bullpen was going to be a priority. Well, you got Greg Johnson, who's also saying this. That's probably number one on the list. Starting pitching, number one on the list. That makes sense to me. 100% makes sense to me. You got two people saying it in an organization. You got Buster Posey, who's the president of baseball operations, and you got Greg Johnson, who is the principal owner of the San Francisco Giants, who are saying the same thing. They want starting pitching and bullpen help. Okay, let's remember that. Remember this. Remember that that's probably number one on the list because we're going to be coming back to that. Yes, we need a closer, Reed. Facts. Okay. Again, position players, whatever. We'll come back to that. But this is where I want to focus. That's probably the number one, starting pitching help. The Giants would prefer a long-term payroll flexibility and adding players to shorter-term contracts. What does that sound like? What does that sound like, guys? Let's be honest, guys. What does that sound like? This isn't coming from Greg Johnson. This is now John Shea. He's giving it his opinion. The Giants would prefer long-term payroll flexibility and adding players to shorter-term contracts. Hey! Arson Judge. Winner, chicken dinner. Adding players to shorter-term contracts. That's exactly what Farhan did. exactly what Farhan Zaidi did with the San Francisco Giants. It doesn't smell. It is Farhan. That's 100%. That's 100%. That's straight out of the playbook of Farhan Zaidi. Again, do you see why I don't enjoy this? And that's a fact. To be honest, what do owners know about baseball anyway? Nothing. But you know what? They control, Eric, the most important thing. The moolah. Let's keep going. They brought in Justin Verlander last winter on a one-year deal, which isn't always possible with premium free agents. It's why the free agent market would seem advantageous. They currently have 5 players signing long-term. Logan Webb, Jung-Hoo Lee, Matt Chapman, Adames, and Devers. Okay. We can go up, but I think the risk is having too many people on similar 6-year type deals that create less flexibility to their payroll. Here we go. We can go up, but I think the risk is having too many people on similar 6-year type deals that create less flexibility to the payroll. Johnson said, I think you can always do things on a shorter basis, but you've got to be careful about having too many of your players being late 30s at the high payroll level. I think you need to balance that. Okay. What's this tell you? I'm telling you right now, guys, and I've been waiting to freaking really go off on this. You could say Kyle Tucker is not coming here. Pete Alonso is not coming here. Alex Bregman is not coming here. Bo Bichette is not coming here. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not. Cody Bellinger is not coming here. You could say forget all those big guys. Forget about it. What you're looking at, and that's why I said off the top of the show, Max Scherzer, Ha-Seong Kim, Tyler Rogers. You think I was joking, huh? You guys think I was joking? Max Scherzer, and who knows, maybe a Zach Gallen. Who else is out there? Jay, you're not wrong. So forget about it. I'm not. Look, hey, Enzo, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you're not going to get the big guys. That's the point I'm trying to make. You're not getting any of the big guys. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. No, Scherzer is not going to retire. He said he doesn't see this being the last time that he is pitching, according to his post-game interview. Now, he's saying that after the post-game. Let's see how he feels in another month. So, got to be careful with having too many of your players being in their late 30s at a high payroll level. Well, guess what? Majority of your free agents are in their upper 30s at the end of a long contract because the team has control of a team. What is it? They have control over a player for 6 years, right? Majority of the time, a player doesn't hit free agency until they're in their between 30 and 32 is when they hit free agency. So if you want to sign someone long-term, well, guess what? They're going to be in their late 30s. Are the teams willing to negotiate? Maybe team control should only be for 4 years. Then they could go to free agency sooner, right? Free agency sooner. Yeah, but they ain't going to do that. You know why they're not going to do that? Because it's going to cost them more money. That's the problem. The only ones that are special considerations are the guys who come up here early. A la Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Bryce Eldridge. They come up when they're, 19 to 20 years old. They can hit free agency in their mid to late 20s. But that doesn't happen all the time. That doesn't happen. Top free agent starting pitchers are Dylan Cease, Zach Gallen, Framber Valdez, Ranger Suarez, Shane Bieber, the right-handed Tatsuya Imai, all of whom will receive hefty contracts. The Giants have signed just 3 pitchers to deals topping $100 million. None since Johnny Cueto in 2015, 10 years ago. The others went to Matt Cain and Barry Zito. In recent years, the Giants took a pass on re-signing Kevin Gausman. Yet that one was smart. And Carlos Rodon, who landed with the Blue Jays and Yankees, respectively. Asked if the Giants could sign a pitcher for $100 million or more this offseason. Johnson said, I'd say we're going to be very cautious about those kinds of signings. That's probably our number one on the list. Starting pitching help, that's probably number one on the list. Asked if the Giants could sign a pitcher for $100 million or more this offseason, Johnson said, I'd say we're going to be very cautious about those kinds of signings. So your number one, right? Number one, starting pitching. Number one, numero uno. And you don't even want to spend on that. I just don't understand. Big money signings for pitchers can be riskier than position players. They are. Then again, the Giants haven't hesitated when targeting certain pitchers when they are competitive. Yamamoto said no. Shohei Ohtani said no. Also, the Giants are committing more dollars to the manager's spot in the next year than any other team. $10.5 million. Vitello will make $3.5 million in his first year of a 3-year deal. Plus, ownership paid his $3 million buyout, and they're picking up the remaining $4 million on Melvin's contract. Well, there you go. First year. It's going to be expensive. Open to what we need and what puts more competitive talent on the field. And again, I just think it comes down to who is available and what our needs are, and then balancing that out against the framework of next year versus the next 5 years. Come on, let's be honest. Forget it. I'm not going to even do it. No team will outspend the Dodgers next season. That's a fact. Padres, another division foe, are top 5 in payroll now. Desperate to make noise in the top-heavy National League West, the Giants have turned to creative decision-making under Posey. The Devers trade was an example. That was great. Now the Vitello hire. We don't know. We feel like we can compete with a strong payroll. You don't win by the highest dollars, but it certainly helps your odds. Hey, Dodger fans. Are you okay that the Dodgers spend a shit ton of money on talent? Dodger fans, are you okay with the Dodgers spending a shit ton of money on talent? He understands relationships, knows leadership, starts getting to know people. That's good. He's a passionate leader, and winners win no matter what they do, says Greg Johnson. There you go. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to expect in this year's offseason. I really don't. I was really motivated. I was pretty pumped up, talking towards the end of the season that the Giants were going to go out there and they're going to do something, right? Look, and right now, this is Buster Posey, man. This is all on him. Last year, feel it out. Take inventory. Let's see what I got to play with. This is the year where you're going to really have to start building. Really start building. Yes, you've already had one draft, right? You've already gone through one trade deadline. You've had one offseason, but that first offseason, okay, yeah, you get a pass, so to speak. But it was okay. But this is the year. This is the year. Yeah, hey, Alex, I still believe in Posey. I do. Let's see what happens. That's all I could say. Alex, all I could say is let's see what happens. And I've also said, you know what else I said, Alex? If he gives me reason to doubt, well, then I'm gonna doubt. I mean, come on, right? I haven't had any reason to quite yet. I have issues with Greg Johnson when he's coming out talking about spending, and I get it. Look, you can't go out spending like drunken sailors. I get it. I understand that. But you can go out there and spend some money. You can also do some trades. And that's another thing. Maybe the Giants do some trades. See, Ace, I'm not going to do that, man. I don't do that. In Buster we trust. We've been fooled once, right? Ace, fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. I'm not falling for that shit, man. I'm not. Everybody should still be held accountable. So let's see what happens. Now, there's a lot of news, right? A lot of people opted out. As far as closers are concerned, right? Edwin Diaz opted out. He's not coming to the Giants. Robert Suarez, he opted out. I don't think he's coming to the Giants, guys. I think he's going to get paid more. Where do you guys? How much do you think Robert? Because I was calling for Robert Suarez and Ranger Suarez, but after listening to Greg Johnson, maybe Robert. Maybe Robert. This is going to be a strange freaking offseason, man. Hey, what's up, Robert? Excluding Roop, what are the young? Well, you tell me, man. Birdsong, I don't know what happened to Birdsong. Trevor McDonald, he showed something there towards the end of the season, but I don't know if he's a long-term answer. Wisenhunt, I'm not sold on Wisenhunt. I don't know what he's going to do on this offseason, but he desperately needs a second pitch because right now I just don't think he could get it done. Other than that, who else? Who else is down there ready to come up? Right now, right now. I mean, it's Logan Webb, it's Robbie Ray, and I guess it's going to be Landon Roop. That's my guess. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Max Scherzer in orange and black. Would not be surprised. Giants ain't going to go for Bellinger. They're not going to spend that much money. Bellinger wants to get paid, man. Bellinger wants to get paid. He wants at least a 5-year contract. Giants aren't going to do that. That's the problem. The Giants are already kind of boxing themselves in. Players are watching this. Players see what's going on. Come on. It sucks, dude. That's why I hate that. Hey, Lou, what is up, man? Our good buddy Lou checking in from Las Vegas. Having a good old time. Way to go, Lou. Way to enjoy your time down there, man. Looks like he caught some Arizona college basketball down there, huh? Some Wildcat baseball? Or, I'm sorry, basketball? Why can't the Padres spin at the Giants camp? Because the Giants refuse to. It's the ownership. Padres ownership has okay. Now it's a little bit different now that I can't remember his name, the guy that passed away. He spent. I don't know whether or not his sons are going to spend. Who will be a reliable closer? I don't know. I don't know who they're going to get. He's not that old. Bellinger's only, 30 or 31 years old? That's it. That's it. I think he's 30 or 31. He's looking for a 5-year contract. Same thing with Bregman. Bregman, He opted out because he wants a bigger contract. Cody Bellinger opted out because he wants a bigger contract. Pete Alonso opted out because he wants a bigger contract. Edwin Diaz wants a bigger contract. The Giants are not going to spend over $100 million on a closer. They're not going to do it. No way. No way. If they do this, I'd be shocked. And for those of you calling for Kyle Tucker, what's up, Cryptic? What's Melanson up to? Number one priority is starting pitching. Starting pitching is the number one priority. But I don't know what the Giants want to do with money-wise. Edwin Diaz looks to be a Dodger. Yeah, I could see that. Kyle Tucker could be a Dodger. They'll probably sign Murakami as well. And we're not going to get Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette's going to get close to freaking... What the heck's going on here? There it is. Bo Bichette's going to get close to $200 million. Giants aren't going to spend that much money. That's going to take like a 6-year deal to get it done. There's no way that the Giants are going to do that. Everyone's a Dodger. Benji, that's a fact. That's a freaking fact. Bo realistically will stay at the Blue Jays. Yeah, the Blue Jays will probably pay. I don't think we're going to get Bo, LD. I don't think so. I think the Giants are hesitant to do these long contracts right now, man. I think they are. I think they're hesitant in doing that. We'll have to see what happens. It is what it is. And the problem is the Giants can afford it. Blue Jays got the money. Well, so do the Giants. Here we are. We're talking like the Giants are cash poor. The Giants are not cash poor. Yeah, but the problem is, LD, the problem is the Giants need starting pitching more than they need Bo Bichette right now. Right, LD? Right? Giants need starting pitching more than they need Bo Bichette. That is the number one priority. What's up, Chardall? Tucker is not going to come here, LD. I want to get on the bandwagon, man. I want to get on that bandwagon. I would love to get Tucker, but I just don't see it, man. It's frustrating. And I'm not saying this. Because I want to. I'm saying this because this is what I'm seeing. Is there anyone out there that sees it differently than I do? Does anyone see a path forward where the Giants are going to go out there and do something big? Okay, let's talk about this. Do you think the Giants make a big trade? Let's go there then. Let's take the money out of it. Do you think the Giants are going to make a big trade? Maybe that's the path forward. Right? Maybe. LD, I don't know, man. The article we just read, I don't know if you're here for the whole article. They favor the short-term contracts. This is coming from Greg Johnson. The Giants are not going to get Skeens, man. The Giants are not going to get Skeens. Oh, don't underestimate a Tucker hype video. Don't underestimate that. Because it's fun to do. It's fun. I'll tell you, man. I love doing those, man. I get all hyped up. Never happens. Get ready for a hype video for Max Scherzer. Devers was a big trade, and it didn't cost much. D-Shot. Didn't cost much. But here in the offseason, it's gonna be a little bit different. So you guys think I was joking when I said Scherzer, Ha-Seong Kim, and Tyler Rogers. That's what it's going to be. Come on. Max Scherzer, Ha-Seong Kim, Tyler Rogers. That is your offseason. That is the Giants offseason. 100%. That seems the most realistic. Give Kim 3 years. 45 million. Actually, I think he denied 16, so it's probably going to cost more. 3 years, 60 million. Right? There we go. Ha-Seong Kim, 3 years, $60 million. Max Scherzer, 1 year deal, $12 million. Tyler Rogers, I don't know, maybe 3 years. 3 years and what, around 40, somewhere around there? In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. But Benji, the problem is the Giants are not going to extend. There lies the problem, Benji. I would do it, but with the Giants. And that's a fact. LD, that's all we could do. That's all we could do. Hey, LD, and it's good to see you back around. I know you were missing during the postseason. I get it. And we're back into Giants stuff here because it's off season. But yeah, it's good to see you. But no, 100%, dude. Speculate. That's all we could do as fans. This is the time of the year, right? This is the time of the year where all we could come on here every single day. Well, almost every single day. And we're going to talk about what the Giants should do, what's the newest rumors, and whatever. That's all we're going to do. FC, what's up, man? I lost my fingers at the Dodgers. That's pretty good. You watch. We'll see. Would the Giants trade for Freddie Peralta? I don't know. How old is he? And how much will it cost? How about the outfield, Alex? I don't know. Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto will be your outfielder. What's up, Kyle? Fosse! Glenn is in Mexico, man. He is in Mexico. Man, this is rough. Hey, honestly, guys, I wish I was. And look, you guys know me, man. I've been coming on here freaking positive about the Giants forever. Forever. I just don't like reading shit like this. I don't like reading this kind of crap. When Game 7 was about to start, and lo and behold, the Dodgers wind up winning it. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Reed. That's pretty. Bichette's not coming to the Giants. Greg, it ain't going to happen, man. It ain't happening. Bichette's going to either stay in freaking Toronto or he's going somewhere else. LD, Giants are being smart with the poker face. You think so, huh? All right, we'll see. Let's see. We'll see. What's up? Four-seater. I haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. If you have been here before, hey, I'm welcoming you again. Hello. Stay strong. Buster has the pedigree to get San Francisco going in the right direction. All right, there we go. Okay, I like the positivity. I like it. Cedar, I like that. Good stuff, man. I get it. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. I'm a little pissed off. Ranger Suarez and Devin Williams. Yes to Devin Williams, maybe. Ranger Suarez isn't coming here. The Giants are not going to spend that much money on a starting pitcher. If they're going to, it's probably going to be Max Scherzer or Zach Gallen. That's more of the Giants' speed. Or they trade for a Sonny Gray. Trade for Sonny Gray, sign Zach Gallen, or sign Max Scherzer. That's what it's going to be, guys. Snellzilla. Good God. Oh, man. Our buddy's here. Let me get this. Our buddies here. God dang, I've been talking almost an hour. Holy shit. Fuji, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. $2. Thank you, sir. Wow, crazy news. Gabe Kapler, new GM for the Marlins. Yeah. How about that? But there's 2 guys ahead of him, so it's not like he's got free reign. He's got 2 guys above him. He's got the Pobo and the assistant Pobo, and then it's him. So thank you, Fuji. Nostradamus, I see you. I'll get you in a short bit here. Did you guys see Giants got 2 Gold Glove winners? Logan Webb, Patrick Bailey. By the way, guys, who did Logan Webb credit in improving his play to earn that Gold Glove? Does anyone know who Logan Webb gave credit to helping him improve his defense? No, Joshua. No, of course it was. Yes, Bob Melvin. You know who else? Lou Marston. Bob Melvin was credited by Logan Webb in helping his defense. Matt Williams was also mentioned, along with Mark Hallberg. And also Antoine Richardson. How about that? So for all you people out there who thought Bob Melvin was an absolute disaster, you guys don't quite have it. He helped Logan Webb earn his first Gold Glove. Fuji, another $2. I was surprised that Bailey won a second Gold Glove. Nah, I wasn't. He's being polite. Come on, he doesn't have to be polite. Right? Come on. Give credit where credit is due. He gave him a shout out. There's nothing wrong with that. Does it mean Bob Melvin should have still been a manager of the San Francisco Giants? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he wasn't an absolute zero. A lot of people just want to come on here and say Bob Melvin was the worst thing that ever happened to the San Francisco Giants, and he wasn't. Period. He wasn't. That's all I'm trying to say. Shardall donates $2. Hi, Eric. How are you doing this Monday night? Shardall, not too bad. Not too bad. Beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold. I know weather's coming in Wednesday, right? Batten down to hatchets tomorrow night and into Wednesday. The wind is supposed to be whipping, supposed to be a bunch of rain. So for those of you guys who are in California, well, at least in the Central Valley, I've already gotten my alerts that the winds are supposed to be pretty damn strong. Thanks, Morkana. It's fun, right? It's fun. If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be here. Bossy hanging out at the pool today. October in California is nuts. That's a fact. That's a fact. Webb led the league in innings pitched, strikeouts. Yeah, he did. Had a great season. Matter of fact, he's a finalist for the Cy Young. How about that? A finalist for a Cy Young. Logan Webb. Good for him. Had a hell of a year, man. Had a hell of a year. My gosh. I'm not going to even go down that path of he's an ace or not an ace. The guy is an ace. I'm sorry, guys. He's an ace. Is he an ace like a Scooble? No, those guys are on a complete different level, right? Skeens and Scooble. Who else you want to put out there? Well, yeah, that's about it. Skeens and Scooble. Those guys are just on a different level. But he's an ace. Period. Whether you disagree or agree, he's an ace. Was he snubbed? I didn't think he was. I thought he was in there. I thought he was a nominee. Yamamoto? Yeah, okay. Crochet had a good year, but before that, it was kind of so-so, right? One thing you could count on Logan Webb, man, he gives you those innings, and every year he's improving. And he's only 29 years old, guys. 29. Or he's going to be 29, right? Come on. Giants should have traded. Look, Boston's not going to trade Crochet. Boston wasn't trading Crochet. They just signed him to a damn extension. There's no way they were trading him. Oh, you meant instead. Oh, gotcha, Miles. You're talking about last offseason. You're going to have to give up Eldridge. The Giants don't want to give up Eldridge at that time. Oh my gosh. Oh, what else was out there? Oh, what'd you guys think of the Common Era ballot for the Hall of Fame? Does Barry Bonds get elected to the Hall of Fame this December? December 7th, I believe, is when they I imagine that. The anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Does Barry Bonds get elected into the Hall of Fame by means of the Contemporary Era Committee? What do you think? Contemporary Era Committee. He deserves to, but odds are they'll keep it stick up their ear. Yeah, probably. What's up, Philip? I'm having nightmares about secondary leads. Hey, man, I'm not going to even go to. What's the point anymore? It's over. I think Don Mattingly. I think Donnie. I think he gets elected. I think there's going to be three: Don Mattingly, Gary Sheffield, Fernando Valenzuela. I think those are the three that get elected. I think Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and unfortunately, Jeff Kent get left off. Jeff Kent is very well deserving, by the way, guys. Just ain't going to happen. I still see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Senior is excited. Look at it. He even calls him Coach. He's excited for Coach Tennessee Tony and Eldridge. Not the skipper, but the coach. Tennessee Tony gonna come save the day. We'll see. I hope. I hope. That's a great question. Miles, I don't know. I don't know when the hell they'll decide. I thought they would have already had the decision already. Are any of you guys concerned that there haven't been any announcements about a coaching staff? No? I figured they'd have it down by now. Who knows? Maybe Tony was in Tennessee interviewing some guys. I don't know. Because I believe, wasn't Tony back in Tennessee watching Tennessee football? Right? Couldn't wait to get back to Tennessee to watch some Tennessee football against Oklahoma. But maybe he was there on business. Maybe he is looking for some coaches for his staff. A little bit weird. We're getting close to 2 weeks since they announced Tony as the next manager. Yeah, LD, I don't even know. I don't know if they're keeping any of these guys. I have no idea. Yes, Alex, that's maybe. Right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Exactly. All we could do is sit back and wait for that news to drop. I have absolutely no idea who it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Ron Rose, but I could be wrong. I would love to see Ron Wodos. That's just the voice of experience. You got to have experience. But the problem is, Tony has even said that he's not so worried about experience as he is about loyalty. So we'll see what that means. We'll see what that means. Jace Tingler, that's a high possibility, Miles. Yeah. George, what's up? Tony V. Buster will hire an assistant coaches. I expect to see Alston, the bullpen coach, JP Martinez, the pitching coach, Hallberg, the first base coach, on the staff. Again, I just named them off what they were last year. Would not be surprised if Tony gets an assistant pitching coach to his liking. Could be. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, Vitello should hire his college crew. You're forcing my hand. YouTube, you're forcing my hand, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fall for it. This isn't, look, we're not going up against Vanderbilt. Okay? Right? We're facing the San Diego Padres, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Arizona Diamondbacks. That's just in our division. I don't want to have an entire staff who's used to playing Vanderbilt. Catch my drift? Got to have some experience. You have to. You have to. It's just me. That was the kindler, gentler response. An old college crew. That's not the way to go, man. That's fact, Alex. What does experience bring? I don't know. What do you think? Seriously, senior, I'm being dead serious. Don't you want to have someone with some experience under the belt? No? To me, experience means something. They've done it before. And you can't put everything on Bob Melvin either, right, JB? A lot of that has to do with the players. Not all experience is equal. That's a fact, JB. Bruce Bochy won 3 in 5 years. He had experience, right? I don't know. Again, like I said, if you've done it before, and you again, I'm a guy that's like, okay, hey, let's earn your way to a certain extent, right? At least have some experience at the professional level. And I mean by MLB. It's not the same. It really isn't. It's not the same. Now, does it mean that he's going to fail? No, that's not what I'm saying. Not by any. He could come here and absolutely freaking blow it away and have all the success, and that would be fantastic. That's what I want as a San Francisco Giants fan. I want to win. I'm just saying it's a gamble. And if no one says that this isn't a risk, well, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, LD, have a good one, man. Thanks for popping in, buddy. So we'll see. What are your thoughts on the Braves manager of Walt Weiss? Yeah, did you guys see that? Atlanta Braves decided to hire Walt Weiss as their new manager. Bench coach since what, 2018 under Snicker? So, yeah. So that's another team. I did not see this coming. I didn't expect that the Atlanta Braves are going to hire Walt Weiss. Had no idea that he was going to be even in the conversation. How about that? All right. That was a team that I thought was going to go with some experience, and they did. Walt Weiss has done it before, right? He was the manager for Colorado. Bench coach. Wasn't he a bench coach in Colorado there for a while too? Former player. So, yeah, that might be a good move for Atlanta. We'll see. I just didn't see that one coming. The next big one is going to be San Diego. I got a feeling that one's going to be any day now. San Diego should be announcing their hire any day now. Yes, Miles. I think Pujols gets the job for San Diego. I don't know what they're hashing out, but I got a feeling that it's going to be Albert, Big Albert, in the San Diego Padres dugout. That's what it looks like. Fosse, thoughts on the Game 7 World Series being watched more globally than the NBA Finals. That's awesome. Dude, it was come on. That World Series was freaking awesome, man. Awesome. Awesome. Best World Series I've ever seen. Absolutely incredible, man. Had so much damn fun watching that thing. Rob wanted Albert to the Giants. That would have been interesting, huh? That one would have been interesting. Who's left besides San Diego? Colorado. Who else? I think that's it, right? Is it just Colorado? All right, guys, I think I'm done. Pirates, no, I think Pirates did. Wait, did Pirates get rid of their manager? I don't know. Honestly, Miles, I can't remember. Guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. Hey, it was fun. Guys, we'll do it again. Be back here Wednesday. Do it all over again. Again, like I said, if there's any news that breaks in the between the days that we're not on, then we'll come on and talk about it because hey, it's fun talking about this stuff. All right, guys, you guys go enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Again, on Wednesday when I come back on here, man, hopefully I have power. It's supposed to be pretty damn stormy over here in the Central Valley of California. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, be good, and we'll see you on the next one. See you Wednesday night. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.